Vernell Brown III joining us here in Nashville. How are things?
Great, man. Great.
Let's talk about recruiting. One of the elite guys here, and Florida State, one of the elite programs in the nation. How involved? Where on the radar is Florida State?
Extremely involved. They're definitely in the top four. Definitely in the upper of that top four. So extremely involved.
Okay, people are gonna like to hear that back in Tallahassee, the upper of the top four. For you, when you go on these official visits, I imagine this is kind of the last bit of information you're going to take from each school
Correct.
before you make your decision. What do you need to see on these visits?
I think I've been to each four of the schools a few times, so I kind of seen pretty much everything. Definitely look forward to learning more, but I think the biggest thing is going up there with my family, getting that family feel, seeing how they like it as well.
I think Florida State and Mike Norvell have really tried to establish themselves as
Correct.
a brotherhood, family vibe. Have you sensed that at all?
I would agree 100%. 100%.
Do you feel at home when you're there? But can you describe what it's been like the few times you have been on campus and what you felt?
Yeah, I mean, definitely extremely comfortable around the staff. I've known them for a while. You know, they were my second offer, so known them for a while. Got a chance to camp up there, and then got a chance to visit up there. So yeah, definitely somewhere I could see myself playing.
So your old quarterback, Trevor Jackson's now at
Right.
Florida State. Do you communicate with him at all? Because I know Coach Norvell's all about, like when you guys come on visits, he's like, man, it's all about the players, selling the program to the players. I mean, what's Trevor told you?
Correct. I mean, Trevor loves it up there. You know, obviously he's doing his part in recruiting, but yeah, he loves it up there.
Do you guys not try to talk as much about that sort of stuff when you talk, or do you ask him for his opinion on things at all?
I mean, when the conversation is brought up, I'm definitely the one that brings it up. He's not overbearing, so he's not overbearing, but he does answer the questions when I have them.
All right, so your former quarterback is at Florida State, and your 7-on-7 quarterback, I guess Vernell Jones plans on going to Florida State. How much do you two talk about Florida State?
Well, we talk about college as a whole very often. I actually talked to Tremel yesterday. He's a really good friend of mine, so we talk often about college and a bunch of different things.
So what's the plans? It feels like you guys are like rock stars, and like you're in Nashville this weekend, all of you guys here, and then from here you're all going to different schools
yes, sir.
and do your official visit. So what's the plan for you the rest of the summer?
The rest of this summer, I kick off actually Friday. I fly up to Ohio for my Ohio State visit, followed by Miami on June 11th through the 13th. Then we go from Miami right to Florida on the 14th through the 16th, and then we'll finish off with Florida State, 21st through the 23rd.
Ohio State, it seems like their success in terms of developing receivers kind of speaks for itself. What are some of the things that you like about Ohio State that stand out?
I mean, I think what you just said is the biggest thing. You know, the proven development. Their system is definitely receiver friendly. Like I said, they've proven it with guys like Marvin Harrison, Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, and you can even go back to when Terry McLaurin was there, and things like that. So it's proven.
Miami and Florida have been kind of lagging behind Florida State in terms of on-field success. What, though, is it about Miami and Florida that still keep them kind of in the front of your mind?
I mean, I would say that the programs that they are, the people, I'm a firm believer of the people make the place. So just the people in the building, the system, and then the plans they have for the future.
And then obviously Florida State kind of factors that in as well. Is it all just based on geography when you're going to make your visits, or did you want to see Ohio State first and then close things out with Florida State?
I mean, I think they just kind of fell where they fell. You know, it wasn't a real, I would like to see this place last, this place first kind of thing. I think they all just fell on the dates that they fell.
What are you looking forward to seeing from Florida State on that visit?
I mean, I have a good time every time I go to Florida State, so just look forward to enjoying the experience, getting to be around the staff, the players, things like that. But the thing I look forward to on Florida State and all of my official visits is getting up there with my family, seeing how they feel about it and how they like it.
What do you want to see when it comes, I guess, like the football stuff? Is it as simple as just watching film? Do you want to sit down and talk to Coach Dugans and Coach Atkins and Mike Norvell and figure out how you fit the offense? What do you want to see football-wise in your presentation?
I mean, football-wise, I like I said, I've been there a few times. I picked their brains. I think the football part matches up to what I would like. Now I think it's just kind of getting that feel and ultimately making a decision in July.
So you're going to make a decision in July.
Correct.
Obviously we'll see how these teams end up looking in season, but that you obviously realize that these teams can maybe look better or worse
Correct.
than you think they
Correct.
are. You're going to be fine with the
Yes,
decision
I'm fine
in
with
July.
that. Yes.
Has Florida State success the last 2 years kind of maybe put them at the top half, as you said, of your top four?
I mean, I think that's just an added thing to put them at the top, but I think just Florida State being my second offer, being on me hard ever since, getting to know that staff over the last few years. So yeah, I think that's definitely the most pivotal role.
So do you like, I'm talking to all the guys about, like, I just don't understand, the kind of balance between like talking to a coach every single day and then blowing you up on your phone and kind of just being like, hey, I'm good, talk to you in a week. Like, what is the level of communication that you have with Florida State's coaches, and how would you describe it?
I mean, I think with pretty much majority of the schools, it's all like 2 to 3 times a week, just catching up at the beginning of the week. If I have something going on during the week, they'll follow up on that, and then closing the week out with a conversation as well. So not overbearing.
Who do you talk to the most on the Florida State staff, would you say?
Coach Dugans. Yeah, talk to Coach Dugans, and then Coach Tokars, Coach Atkins, even Coach Norvell every now and then. So.
What do you like about Coach Dugans?
Coach Dugans, he's a really great guy. He's a coach in like that mentor role as well. He helps on and off the field. There's more to him than just coaching.
So you're going to take all your visits in June and
Correct.
make your decision in July. For you, like, will you be able to describe it? Like, this is why I picked this school because of X, Y, Z, or is it going to be something you just kind of you feel and it's going to be hard to describe?
I think it'll be hard to describe because honestly, each of these 4 schools I could commit today and describe why I committed, but I think there's no wrong decision to make, honestly. I think it's just they're all great spots, and where do I feel the most comfortable?
How involved is family going to be with you? Are you guys talking and checking in constantly, kind of making lists and comparing schools? How much of that?
More recently, after we settled, cut it down to these 4, we've kind of been relaxing, going in ready for these OVs, and then ready to see it, obviously. But I would like to get a gauge how they feel about it, but at the end of the day, they said it's all up to me, and they're going to be supportive no matter what.
Can you rank the 4 schools?
I couldn't rank the 4 schools, but I would say there's 2 standing out going into OVs, and those 2, we'll leave it up to the fans to decide.
Florida State being the top half of the 4, would that be one of them probably, or is that?
Potentially.
Okay. I don't want to get you in trouble. Last couple questions, just for you. How much of your process and your decision is going to be who's coming in, like quarterback play, offensive line play, like surrounding support staff?
I think me going in, that would be big, but obviously committing, when I commit, a large role of that is building that class around me and surrounding myself with people that I would like to play with for the next 3 to 4 years.
Do you want to be the alpha guy, or do you want a class that's also going to have a lot of playmakers out wide?
When you say alpha guy.
Like, do you want to be like the guy? Do you want competition at the wide receiver spot?
Absolutely.
Do you want to be
Absolutely. Yeah, I've never shied away from competition and not going to start shying away from it now. So I believe the cream will always rise to the top, and I feel like I'm that cream and will do everything in my power to rise to the top.
All right. So, this whole Elite Series is going to be a lot of educational opportunities for you guys to learn about, I guess, the business side of football. When it comes to NIL, is that something that you just kind of tell the coaches, hey, you can talk to my parents about it, or how involved do you want to be in discussing that?
I definitely, every NIL conversation is had by my dad. He kind of just fills me in after, but I don't want to lead the charge on NIL because NIL does not impact my decision, and I don't want to make it appear as if I'm driven by money, so I just let my dad handle that, and then we talk about it after.
So what's the commitment ceremony? Are you going to do it, you're just going to tweet it from your phone? Are you going to do it in your high school? What's the plan for your commitment?
I know it'll be in July, still finalizing that date, but when we get it finalized, we'll definitely do a ceremony and all that good stuff. So.
And then the official visit date you got before, so you said was?
June 21st through the 23rd.
Okay. That's going to be fun. Vernell Brown III, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.